Because what we're trying to do isn't just create one type of character. We're trying to create a diverse range of characters, especially female characters that are strong, that are independent. When you look at Rey, in The Force Awakens, she's a female lead in a whole new chapter of the Star Wars saga. We haven't done a movie for 10 years, and here comes a Star Wars film, and here comes Rey. And what is it? Is it Panic in the Streets? Oh my gosh, a female lead in a Star Wars movie. And then the trailer for Rogue One comes out, and it's another female lead. Oh my gosh, how unfair. We've had probably like 2 million straight film cinematic roles where men have been leads, and now we've done 2 in a row that are women. Well, too bad. Oh well. Maybe there are more coming. I don't know. This is this idea that and I run into this sometimes when working with writers. It's like, well, we just made one of those. Made one of what? We just made a female lead. We can make another one. Rey, she impresses Han Solo. He's like the guy's guy, impresses him, impresses everybody in the audience. She goes up with Kylo Ren. She punks him right away. Like he's supposed to be this great guy, wiped out all these people. I don't know. She took that lightsaber and was like, I'm going to take you out. And she did, and I'm all for it. And she looks strong. It's not that she doesn't show any fear. She looks like this is an intense moment in her life, and we're there with her because of that, because she's a real feeling dimensional person. That's what we want, a real feeling dimensional person. Our force for women characters, strong women characters, intelligent women characters of all description. It won't just stop with 2 movies. It's something we're dedicated to for the foreseeable future, because they're just great characters. Thank you so much.
Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now, everything you just heard was not AI. Dave Filoni saying men are scared of female characters, that's real. Dave praising everything that made people not connect with Rey, even praising the fact that Rey defeated Kylo Ren with 0 training. That's all real. All of this was 8 years ago. Later on in the video, we'll talk about the culmination of all of this agenda, all of this forced narrative with the Acolyte episode 3. But as for Dave Filoni, during his time we've seen characters like Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, Hera Syndulla to be amongst the most liked from this new crop of characters. At least these characters were liked in their animated versions. That's 3 characters, all female, off-rip the fans liked. There was no problem because those 3, for example, and there's many others you could list, they were all written well, at least in their animation versions. However, when it comes to live action, they've definitely missed the mark, especially with a character like Sabine, where they ruined her, they gave her a poor story, and ended up making her look like an extremely foolish character, but at the same time an overpowered character. So all that imbalance makes her character go down, and you can see why the fans complain. Now, the Acolyte episode 3, I think, is universally agreed to have been the worst thing to have come out of Disney Star Wars, and that took some beating, by the way. But Disney, they're all about breaking records and breaking boundaries, so no surprise from them. Well done, Disney. I'm sure you've all seen the Rotten Tomato numbers and how the media's spinning the whole narrative saying that it got review bombed. Funny how when shit films and shows get high numbers, that isn't review bombing. Very interesting. It's not like Disney paid them or anything. No. Anyways, it's come out in recent days that apparently Dave Filoni was involved in the Acolyte episode 3. Now, before you start shooting and cooking Dave Filoni, I've always said this guy got the promotion at Star Wars because they wanted to use him as a shield to deflect all criticism onto him instead of Kathleen Kennedy and Leslye Headland in this case, as she is the showrunner. Dave is seen in such a positive way by a lot of people that they'll be scared to say what they think, or they don't want to say anything bad about Dave, or whatever the case is. People just have a soft spot for that guy, so therefore they won't say how they truly feel. However, you can't run away from the fact that he championed Rey, as we saw in the clip at the beginning. You can't run away from the fact that Mandalorian season 3 was an absolute joke. Even though it wasn't 100% his fault, he was still responsible. You can't run away from the fact that the Ahsoka show was a letdown for most people. He did cause a lot of damages within that show, whether it was to the characters or towards their stories. All around there was just a lot of confusion, a lot of waiting, hesitation. Characters weren't acting how they should have, all of that stuff. Now, as far as his involvement in the Acolyte, we heard directly from Leslye Headland that, and I quote, Dave Filoni very quickly became kind of a mentor of mine in terms of navigating what this part of the timeline would be like for both the Jedi and then other Force users, Headland told StarWars.com. It was kind of a aha moment for me when he told me, you know, not all witches are Night Sisters. Now, whether you agree with that or not, I personally don't care. I think these were rip-off Night Sisters. The intentions were still the same. You can't copy and paste and change what they look like and say, oh well, yep, that's a completely different thing. It's not. You copy and pasted. Dave Filoni actually has a lot of allegations that he grabs stuff from Legends, copy and pastes it, and makes it look like it's his in live action and in present day content. But like I mentioned before, this could all be a deflection tactic to get heat on Dave and save Leslye Headland's skin. But for some reason, fandoms always attack just one person instead of smoking the entire group responsible for the garbage. If people want to cook Dave, don't forget to cook Leslye, don't forget to cook Kathleen, Bob Iger, all these people higher up than Dave, and they are all collectively responsible for the manure that you have seen called the Acolyte. I know there's going to be fans out there, the ones with the soft spots for Dave, and they'll say, oh, but the Acolyte was already a thing before he got his promotion. But we just heard from Leslye herself that Dave was quote unquote a mentor and helped out with episode 3. Make of that what you will. Did he already have a higher say and they didn't want to release it until the convenient time to make everyone giddy? Who knows? But two stories contradicting, the fans will say something, Leslye said something else. It's up to you what you want to say. But as always, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Hit the like button, sub to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your day.